Hey, welcome. If you are here right now, first of all, I want you to know this is not an accident. You didn't just stumble onto this. Something in you pulled you here, and I want you to honor that. So go ahead and drop your name in the chat and where you're joining from. Let me see who's in the room. Tell me your first name, your city, state. I want to see you. Look at all of you. Incredible. We've got people tuning in from all over. I love this. Okay, so let me tell you exactly what we're doing today and why it matters. The title of this masterclass is The 10K Roadmap, How to Turn Your Knowledge into a High-Ticket Offer that generates 10K a month without an audience, without going viral, without spending money on ads. And I know what some of you might be thinking right now. I don't even have a business yet. I don't even know what I'd sell. I've never made money online before. And that's exactly why you're in the right place. Because today is not about what you've done. Today is about what you're capable of doing with what you already have inside of you right now. Today, I'm going to show you a business model, a real one that regular people who are not famous, not influencers, are using to earn 10K a month or more by simply packaging the knowledge, the experience, and the skills they already have. We're going to go deep today. I'm not here just to skim the surface. I'm here to give you the real framework, the real math, the real strategy. So grab a notebook, grab a pen, the notes tab on your phone, because you're going to want to take notes. Can you do that for me? Drop a yes in the chat if you have something to write with. Perfect. Let's get into it. Before I get into the framework, let me be really clear about who this masterclass is designed for. This is for you if you've been watching people build online businesses and you thought, I could do that. I just don't know where to start. This is for you if you have knowledge, experiences, skills, or a story, but you've never figured out how to turn that into income. This is for you if you're tired of trading hours for dollars, tired of the ceiling, tired of watching your effort not match your paycheck. This is for you if you're a complete beginner. You have 0 followers, 0 email lists, 0 clients. You're welcome here. This is built for you. Now, who is this not for? This is not for the people looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. That's not what this is. This is a real business model that requires real work, real decisions, and a real commitment. This is not for people who are going to sit here, take notes, and then do nothing. Information without action is just entertainment. I need you to be honest with yourself right now. Why are you here? What do you actually want? What would change in your life if you were making 10K a month? Take 30 seconds right now. Jot that down. Imagine. What would 10K a month or more actually change for you? I mean, we have people that are making 100K a month with this business model. So what would all that money change for you? Housing, freedom, your family, your time, travel, take up any hobby you want. Hold that answer close, because that's your motivator. And this is what's going to keep you moving when things feel hard. I want to tell you something about where I was not too long ago, because I think it matters for you to hear this. There was a season in my life where I had no stable place to stay. I was figuring things out in real time, day by day. And I used to think the problem was money, that if I just had more money, everything would be fine. But the more I sat with it, the more I realized the problem wasn't money. It was how I saw money, how I valued myself, and most importantly, how I was packaging what I already knew. Because here's the thing, Even in that season, I had knowledge. I had experiences. I had things I could help people with. I had been through things that other people were currently going through and desperately trying to figure out. But I wasn't monetizing it correctly. I wasn't even thinking of it as something valuable. I was giving it away for free in conversations, in DMs, in advice that I handed out as if it cost me nothing because I thought it was worth nothing. And the shift that changed everything for me was this one sentence: offer creation is wealth creation. And the moment I learned how to package what I knew, to take my knowledge, my story, my experience, and turn it into a structured offer that solved a specific problem for a specific person, everything changed. I want you to hear that again, because it's not about learning more. It's not about getting a degree or a certification or waiting until you feel ready enough. It's about packaging what you already know and what you already have in a way that creates value for someone else. And I know what some of you are thinking, but I don't know enough. I am not an expert. Who am I to charge people for what I know? Let me address that right now. And I want you to really hear me. You don't need to be the top expert in the world. You do not need to be on stages or have a New York Times bestseller. You just need to be one chapter ahead of the person you're helping. Think about it. If someone in a chapter 1 of their journey, confused, overwhelmed, not knowing where to start, and you're in chapter 5, you're an expert to them. Your chapter 5 knowledge is life-changing to a chapter 1 person. There's a version of you, maybe 2 years ago, 5 years ago, who would have paid for what you know now. That's your client. Let that sink in for a second. Jot this down. The person I was 2 years ago is my ideal client. This is who you're building this for. And that typically becomes your target audience. Why most people stay stuck. Okay, now I need to talk about something that nobody wants to say out loud, but it's the real reason most people never make real money online. And it's not what you think. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you're not smart enough. And it's not even that the market is too saturated. Here's the problem. You're trying to scale something that was never designed to scale. And let me explain what I mean. Most beginners, when they decide they want to make money online, they think like this: I'll post content, I'll grow followers, I'll sell something cheap, and eventually it'll add up. So they start posting every day, multiple times a day. They create content, they engage, they follow the strategies they see other people doing. And some of them start even making money, a little, here and there. $27 ebook, $49 course, $97 mini course. But then they hit a wall, because in order to make real life-changing money at $27 a sale, hold up, you know how many sales you need? Let's do the math together. To make $10,000, 10K, at $27 per sale, you need 370 sales every single month. That's 370 people finding you, trusting you enough to buy, and completing a transaction. Every 30 days, that's exhausting. That's a grind that never ends. And for most people with no audience, it's nearly impossible. Now here's the alternative. What if, instead of chasing volume, hundreds and hundreds of small sales, you shifted into leverage? What if instead you sold something for $2,000? To make 10K at $2,000 per offer, you need 5 clients, 5 people. That's it. Or what if you charge $5,000? You need 2 clients to hit 10K. Same income, completely different experience, less stress, more of an impact. And most importantly, transformation. This is the fundamental shift I want you to make today, from volume to leverage, from cheap to valuable, from quantity to quality. Now, I know the first thing in your brain is going to say, but who the heck is going to pay $2,000 or $5,000 or more for what I know? And that's the exact mindset block that's keeping you stuck. So let's dismantle it right now. People are not paying for information. I need you to hear this clearly. People are not paying for information. Information is free. You can Google anything. You can find YouTube tutorials on almost everything. You can get information for free all day long. So then what are people paying for? Paying for clarity because they're overwhelmed and confused and they need someone to cut through the noise. They're paying for speed because they don't want to spend 3 years figuring it out. They want to get there faster. They're paying for certainty because they've tried doing it alone and they failed, and they need to know that this time, the right guidance, that it's going to work. They're paying for transformation, for someone to help them get where they are to where they want to be. That is what high ticket is. It's not just about charging more money. It's delivering a deeper, faster, more certain result. Write this down. High ticket equals high transformation, not high price. The price is a reflection of how much value you're delivering. Anybody can slap together a $27 guide, $27 ebook, throw them information, and they don't know what to do with it. That's not how you're going to scale. That's not how you're going to create relationships. That's not going to provide transformation, accountability, community, all these things that people look for. In today's world, we need a personal brand. Now, let's talk about how this actually works, because there's different ways that you could go about this and different ways to deliver a high ticket offer. I want you to understand so you can decide which model fits you best. Now, we have the masterclass. A masterclass can be a longer period of time. I've seen some of them shorter nowadays. But let's just say a general rule of thumb, 60 to 90 minutes. It's designed to do two things: shift a belief and present a possibility. You're educating your audience. You're positioning yourself as an authority. You're telling your story. You're getting them in the right mindset, the right frame of mind, lifting their spirits and getting them to see the possibility. And at the end, you're presenting an opportunity to go deeper. A masterclass can be free or paid. When it's free, it's a powerful lead generator. When it's paid, even at a low price point, it filters out people who aren't serious. Think of the masterclass as a bridge. It connects someone who doesn't know you to someone who trusts you enough to invest in the next level. Right now, this is a masterclass. You're in one. Pay attention to how it feels, how it flows, and what I'm doing, because this is a model you can replicate. Then you have the workshop. A workshop is a deeper, more immersive experience. It can be 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. The difference between a masterclass and a workshop is this. A masterclass, people learn. In a workshop, people actually build with you. Imagine a 3-day build your offer workshop. Over 3 days, attendees don't just take notes. They walk away with the offer created, their messaging written, their pricing decided. That level of implementation creates massive trust, and that trust converts into high-ticket clients. If someone spends 3 days with you and walks away with real results, they're far more likely to invest in your mentorship or your coaching program. We have mentorship and coaching. So this can be your high-ticket core offer. This is where real money lives. This can be one-on-one coaching, group coaching, combination of both. It includes accountability, real-time feedback, access to you, guided execution over a period of weeks, months. This is why this is worth thousands of dollars to the right person. Because the truth is, this is information that once they have, you don't go back from that. People don't struggle because they lack information. They struggle because they lack direction while they're in motion. They need someone in their corner saying, yes, do that. No, pivot here, or you're overthinking it. Here's what to do next. That guidance in real time, personalized support is worth far more than any course or ebook. Are we getting that now? Drop a yes in the chat if that makes sense. Okay. This is the full ecosystem. And it's what I recommend building toward. Use a masterclass like this one to attract people and introduce your world. There's people that do this as a live stream, as a webinar. A lot of it can be done that's pretty much the same thing. You can use a workshop to deepen the relationship and help them get quick wins. This you don't have to do. You can do a mentorship coaching package as the main transformation offer to make sure that they're getting from point A to B. And underneath all that, you build a community that keeps people engaged, supported, and connected. Each piece feeds the next. Each level creates more trust, more commitment, and more investment. Now, you don't need to build all of this in day one. In fact, please don't try. Start with one thing, get one offer working, then build from there. Which one of these models resonates with you most right now? Drop it in the chat. Masterclass, workshop, coaching, mentorship, combo. I want to see where your mind is going. Love it. Love seeing all of that. Okay, let's keep moving. All right, this is the part you've been waiting for. This is the actual roadmap. 5 steps. That's all it takes. Let me walk you through each one. Step 1, extract your expertise. This is where everything starts. Before you can sell anything, you need to know what you're selling. And that means getting crystal clear on what you actually know. Now, I already told you, you don't need to be a world-class expert. You just need to be one chapter ahead. So here's the exercise I want you to do right now. Take out your notes and answer these 3 questions, just to get the juices flowing. 1, what have you been through that was hard, and how did you get through it? This could be anything. It could even be simple on like, you're really good at taking tests. It doesn't always have to be this crazy deep topic. Just wanted to throw that out there. 2, what do people come to you for advice, even casually? 3, what's something you figured out that took you longer than it should have, and you wish someone had just shown you the shortcut? Your answers to those 3 questions can contain the seed of your offer. Maybe you figured out how to eat healthy on a tight budget. Maybe you went through a breakup and rebuilt yourself. Maybe you learned how to manage anxiety without medication. Maybe you figured out how to get a job with no degree. Maybe you're good at organizing or speaking or saving money or building credit or building relationships. Whatever it is, there are people out there right now who want to be where you are, desperately wishing someone would just show them the way. And you are that someone. Jot this down. My expertise doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real and relevant. So we're thinking about what we want to offer, who we're going to help. Let's get those juices flowing. Still here with me? All right. Comment a yes down in the chat if you're here with me. Are you excited? Let's get to step 2. Now that we have extracted the expertise, the next step is to package the result. Okay, most beginners make this mistake. They describe what they do instead of what they deliver. They say things like, oh, I offer coaching, or I do consulting, or I help people with their mindset. Okay, that language really means nothing to a potential client. It doesn't connect, it doesn't convert. Here's the shift. Stop saying what you offer, start saying what they get. There's a specific formula that you can use. And quite frankly, this can be your bio. I help specific person go from where they are now to where they want to be in X amount of time, or an X amount of money, or something along those lines. But you want to show them that you are the person that they should be going to, and you can help them with a specific time frame. You can help them cut through all the noise. So what is that transformation? Let me give you some examples. Instead of saying, I offer life coaching, say, I help women who feel stuck in their 9 to 5 build a side income using their skills in 90 days. Okay, so there's a time frame in there. 90 days doesn't sound too bad, right? You got your target audience, women, but not only women, women who feel stuck in their 9 to 5. Help them build a side income with skills they already have in only 90 days. You see where we're getting at here? Instead of saying, I do fitness coaching, you can say, I help busy moms lose their first 20 pounds without giving up the foods they love. Oh, that sounds like an irresistible offer. Instead of, I help people with money, say, I help people who are living paycheck to paycheck build a $1,000 emergency fund in 60 days. Do you feel the difference? That version is magnetic. Your job right now is to craft your version of that sentence. Who do you help? Where are they right now? Where do you want to take them? How long does it take? What's the unit of measurement? So take some time right now. Write your first draft. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just write something. If you're willing to share, drop it in the chat. I want to see what you've got. Step 3. Now that you know what you help people achieve, you need to structure how you deliver it. And I want to make this as simple as possible for you, because overcomplication kills momentum. Your offer has 3 phases. Phase 1, clarity and foundation. This is where you help your client get clear on where they are, clear on where they're going, clear on what's been blocking them. This might include a mindset shift, a belief reset, an honest audit of their current situation. You're laying the groundwork. Phase 2, the strategy. This is where you hand them the roadmap, step by step. Here's exactly what you're going to do and why. This is the intellectual core of your offer, the method, the framework, the approach. Phase 3, execution and support. This is where they actually do the thing with you by their side. You're giving feedback, you're troubleshooting, you're holding them accountable, you're celebrating the wins. This is where the transformation actually happens. 3 phases. That's your entire offer structure. Clarity, strategy, execution, growing and scaling. But you don't need a 47 module course. You don't need a complicated curriculum. You just need a clear path from A to B delivered with real support. Step 4, find your people. Here's something that might surprise you. You don't need a big audience to find your first clients. In fact, your first clients are probably closer than you think. Think about people already in your life. Your Facebook friends, your Instagram followers, even if it's only a couple hundred. Your contacts in your phone, people you've talked to in Facebook groups, people who've reached out to you with questions. Your first client could be someone you already know, or or someone who knows someone you know. This is more of a warm outreach, and it's the fastest path to your first sale. Here's what warm outreach looks like. You send a personal message, not a copy and paste blast, a real, genuine message to someone you know who fits the description of the person you help, aka someone who might fit your target audience. You say something like, hey, and then you say their name. Hey, I've been working on something and I think it would really help you. I'm looking for a few people to work with closely as I launch this. Would you be open to a quick conversation so I can share what that is? That's it. Not a pitch. No pressure. Just a genuine invitation to a conversation. You need about 5 conversations to get your first client. Not 500, not 5,000, 5. And once you have your first client, you have proof, you have a testimonial, you have a case study, and that becomes the fuel for everything that comes next. Step 5, the one-to-many machine. This is where things start to scale. The success, the income will compound. This is the part I really want you to understand, because it's what separates the people who stay grinding forever from the people who create real leverage. All right, you ready? Drop me in the chat. M-E. If you're ready. All right. The one-to-many machine, the one-to-many model, right? So here's how you create real leverage. Instead of having 20 individual sales conversations, one at a time, exhausting yourself, what if you could get in front of 20, 50, 100, or more people at once and convert multiple clients in 1 hour or 1 session, right? That's what a live event like a masterclass does. That's what a webinar does. That's what a workshop does. You present your value to a room full of people who are already interested, whether online or in person. They see your expertise, your authenticity, your results, and the ones who are ready, they raise their hand, they book the call, they sign up, they invest. This is called selling one-to-many. This is one of the most powerful leverage tools in the business world today. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to run a massive event. You could start with 10 people on a Zoom call. And if you convert 2 of them for only $2K, you just made about $4,000 in 1 hour. That's the machine, and it's available to you. Let's talk numbers, because I want this to feel real, not just theoretical. I'm going to show you 5 different ways to hit $10,000 a month, and none of them require thousands of followers. Path 1. You book 2 clients at $5K. That's $10K, all right? Path 2. Path 2, 5 clients at $2,000. That's $10K. Path 3, 10 clients at $1,000. That's $10,000. Path 4, let's say you want to get into workshops. Well, you do a workshop for $500 with 20 people in it. That's $10K. Or a group coaching program. Let's say you have $500 a month subscription with 21 members. Okay, that's a little over $10K a month. That's $10,417 a month. That's 5 different paths, 5 different approaches. Not a single one of those require you to go viral. What they all require is a clear offer, a clear message, and the courage to put yourself in front of the right people. That's it. Remember earlier when I said offer creation is wealth creation? Now let me ask you, which one of those paths feel most accessible to you right now? Which one makes you think, Okay, I could actually do that. Do you want 5 clients for $2,000? Do you want to do a $500 a month program? This is really the fun part right here, right? Now let me ask you, which one of those paths? Write it down, circle it. That's your starting point. And then here's your 30-day challenge. In the next 30 days, extract your expertise. Write your positioning statement. Get clear on who you help and what you help them do. Build your offer. 3 phases. Keep it simple. Reach out to 10 people. Have 5 conversations. Get your first client or your first feedback. Run your first small live event. Masterclass, workshop, Zoom call. Practice the one-to-many model. Try to get 10 people in there. And that's 30 days. That's all it takes to go from 0 to something real. Before I close, I need to talk about the 3 things I see stop people from actually doing this. Because I've watched too many people sit in masterclasses like this one, take beautiful notes, feel so inspired, and then they go back to their lives and do nothing. I don't want that for you. Mindset block 1. Not knowing how to drive. And let me explain what that means. You now have the vehicle. I've given you the roadmap today, but knowing the map doesn't mean you can drive. Implementation is a skill. Execution is a muscle. And most people struggle not because they don't have information, but because they don't know how to take the first step once the screen goes dark. The solution is to commit to action before this masterclass ends. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today. Block 2, the inner battle, the doubt, the fear, the imposter syndrome. The voice that says, who am I to do this? Or what if I fail? Or what if nobody buys? This is the invisible wall, and it is very real. But here's the truth. It never fully goes away. The people who succeed don't wait for fear to disappear. They act in spite of it. Every person you've ever admired had that same voice. They just chose not to obey it. Block 3, the external excuses. Oh, the market is saturated. It's not. There are millions of people right now looking for someone exactly like you. I don't have time. You have time for what you prioritize. You could work on this for an hour a day, 2 hours a day. People don't have money. The right people do. And when the offer is clear and the value is real, people will still find a way. I'm not saying this to be harsh. I'm saying it because I care about your result. And I know that the biggest thing standing between you and just 10K a month is not strategy. It's the decision to go all in. So here's where we land. You came into this masterclass today as a beginner, and I hope you're leaving it with something far more valuable than just information. I hope you're leaving with a decision to stop waiting until you feel ready, to stop sitting on your knowledge like it's not worth anything, to stop letting fear write the story of your life. You have everything you need. The expertise, the experience, the story. It's already inside of you. All that's left is to package it, put it in front of the right people, and trust the process. Your 30-day roadmap is written. It's 5 paths to 10K. Oh, however you want to do it. Your offer structure is in your notes. Now, the only question is, what are you going to do with it? I believe in you. I really do. Not because I'm supposed to say that, but because I've seen what's possible when someone decides to bet on themselves. This is your moment. Build something real. And if you ever need support on that journey, you know where to find me. My Gemstones mentorship community is always open for the ones who are ready to go further faster. But today, take what you've learned, go home, and make your first move. Thank you for being here, and I will see you on the other side.